Don't wait for me, honey. Don't wait. 'Cause I'm always heading your way. And I know exactly what I'm looking for. And as we grow, I'll keep running till I can no more. You'll always be the one midnight. You'll always steal my breath away. Yeah. You'll always be my heart, my life. Every second, every day.
The J.R. Woods and its scuba.
I think too much. I wake up tired and terrified. Started feeling weak. You grind your teeth, can't hide your bloodshot eyes. Talking in your sleep. Guess we're on a losing streak. But we're in good company. I feel better when you speak. 'Cause you know the words to comfort me. Our car won't start. Our weekend plans fall apart. Dagger to the heart. Just when it gets hard, you are my savior. Climbing up the dark. Guess we're on a losing streak. But we're in good company. I feel better when you speak. 'Cause you know the words to comfort me. Guess we're on a losing streak. But we're in good company. I feel better when you speak. 'Cause you know the words to comfort me. Rainy days don't seem so wet. Stormy nights don't stay. From the moment that we met, you were worth the wait. Oh, This could be the best thing that I'll ever know. Talk for hours, I never slept. Two silhouettes on the concrete steps. We watched the sun as it slowly crept from the horizon to the place we met. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever
携帯電話をご使用の際は周り
This could be the best
Perfect.
Miles and miles on the clear blue sky. We drive straight and never fly. Nowhere to be, no dreams to chase tonight. We've got time to waste, let's waste it. You and I, heads up in the cloud. We caught up with the birds flying south. Nothing to see as the day turns into night. We got time to waste, let's waste it. We got time to waste, let's waste it.
本当に食うの？